a psycho icon. The rifle might bomb, get an eye full of lead when I snipe your lights out. With a street cleaner, wipe your life out. Bullets know what your ears like a Tyson fight out. Fuck the knife clout, guns, clips. I'm going to fuck that one, bitch. I hate these street punks and chumps don't know me. Ain't no problem to leave your whole body homie.
No, buddy, I can't play rugby right now, my man. I'm now going to do an oil change. So hello guys, welcome to another video. Got my bike sitting there nice and straight. It goes sort of down one side and the other side, and sitting right in the middle. It usually keeps it pretty flat for checking the oil once I'm done. So I'm now going to just quickly change the oil. I was going to change the air filter, but that's a different type than I expected, and it looks super clean anyway. It looks brand new. So I'm going to leave that. I was going to change the spark plug as well, but that's a different size of the one I've got, and I can't find the socket I need for some reason. Well, my nephew's shitting his pants on YouTube, so it's all good. And yeah, got this oil pan, so I'll just stick that under there in place. You just take this one off to let the oil drain into. Hopefully you can see everything okay with this GoPro head strap. First time I ever used it. So I've got the right bit on here, which is a 14mm to undo the bolt underneath. But I'm first of all just going to give the underneath a bit of a clean, because that's a bit dirty around it. Don't know if you can see if I get under it like this. It's a little bit dirty around it, so I'm just going to spray a bit of WD-40 around and give it a wipe. I will not be changing the oil filter, only because that was done not too long ago. I'll probably every couple of oil changes I'll probably change that, 'cause that's fairly cheap and they should last a long while anyway, so there's no point changing it every time, but change the oil extra often is always good. So it's nice and easy to crack that out. Probably do it by finger now. Nope, a bit slippy. Should be enough now. I like to push up a bit on it as I'm undoing it, just gently, just to stop the oil coming out a bit prematurely. And once it's fully undone, you can just whip it out. And it should drain alright. I've been out on a run in it today, but it's been sitting there for a while since that. That's all my stuff. There you go. Yeah, I know gloves and stuff, but I'm not going to get too messy doing this. Just going to undo the awkward oil filler is on the opposite side. Which I'll undo if I can. There you go. That'll help the oil drain a bit more. Set it on there and be careful not to drop any oil. Or drop it into the, actually that can just sit on top. Yeah, it can still get through and let that drain. So I'll just angle it a bit. Just got to give that a nice good amount of time to drain out. You may have noticed, you may not have done, but when I took this off, there's no washer on it, because it fell out into the oil pan last time and I didn't have a spare one, so I just tightened it up nice and tight, and that didn't leak or anything, so that was good. But because I've still got this, I will make sure I put that back on, so that'll be sorted this day. You don't have to tighten these things up very much, you don't really need a torque wrench, just make sure you nip them up till they won't tighten them more, and then just give it half a turn or something. That should be tight enough. These bolts will hold the oil filter in. Hardly need tightening up at all, so you have to be really careful then, because they're easy to snap off. They're still sort of dripping a bit. I want that to stop mostly, and then I'm going to take the oil filter out and put it back in just to show you how that works. Really simple stuff though. That'll get rid of some more of the dirty oil. So I'm going to start loosening some of them. Is that the right one? I think so. See how loose these are. Need hardly any pressure on them to get them turning. I don't want to loosen them too much now until I can move that a bit. And that's pretty much done. You're not going to hardly get much extra out than that. So I can just clean that off a bit and get the sump plug back in. If I can find it. Let's just tighten this back up. If I can keep it on there, it's a pain in the ass, not much room to work in. Just nip that nice and tight. I will recheck that at some point, but that should be tight enough. So it's all ready to have the oil put back in now. But as I said, I'm just going to quickly show how to change that if you were to change that. Just put that about there. Oops. So they're just little caps. Look. Well, that's all them out, and then this just comes off. Got to be careful because the spring falls out. So the spring sits in there. So the gasket should be alright to be reused. I'll have to buy a new one at some point. Just sit that on there for now. And that's the oil filler. See, not much oil coming out of there really, but still in pretty good nick and stuff. Nice and clean in there. And just sit that on there a sec. I'll get some tissue just to give it a quick wipe from the inside. Wipe any extra bits. Oh, there's look, that fit perfect on there. Let's give that a wipe, gets rid of a little bit of the extra old oil. And then obviously with new one you just pop that in there. Make sure the spring's in place. Make sure the sign's the right way up. Can't find the Keeway sign, but I think it's that way up. Just making sure the spring's in place. Managed to get that little nut back, so I'm just going to get that on. Snip them up so you can go no more without any pressure, and just nip them up like half a turn. I haven't got a small enough torque wrench to do the right torque settings for these. Just got a big one, that's all I've got. So that's pretty much done. I've just got to fill it up, which I'll do in a sec. Let it run for a bit and then check it. Should be all good. Right, to fill it up, just use a nice cheap little funnel. Stick that in the hole. That somewhere safe. Right, it's sitting right up there at the minute, so we want to get it to under the floor, just under. That's it. The problem is if you underfill, at least you can top it up again, but overfill, you have to pretty much do another oil change. Right, I think that's just about enough to run it and check it. I won't bore you too much with all that stuff, so assume that's full now. You check the little thing, it looks fine on there now, but it's got to be run into the oil filter and stuff. Let's give that a wipe to make sure it's not got any crap or anything on it. But then you'll run it for a little bit, recheck the level after it's drained down, so you'll have to leave it a little while, and then you're all done. Maybe need a little top up, that'll be about it. So there we go, nice and simple, easy stuff. So I hope you enjoyed that quick little oil change video. Ignore the mess, ignore the dog. Had a bit of problems after dropping that little nut thing into the oil pan. There's always something like that happening for me, man. It's a pain in the arse. I'll leave that open just in case I need to sort that out, top it up. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little video. I will hopefully do some more maintenance videos sometime if I do some work on it. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe, share, like, all that good stuff, even if you're old. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you again in the next video.
And my man compadre, black and white, white and ivory, and black ebony. They can't step to me, weaponry is heavenly. They can't see us in the 313 vicinity. Hey yo, M, ha 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 ha.
Ha ha, I come in like ha ha, I'm ill like nah nah. And y'all don't wanna see me cause I'm ill with the skill.